All right, so we're gonna be doing a literature search using various quantities and types of Boolean operators or truncations, and in order to expand or narrow our search parameters, and then also in order to try to make our search parameters more specific to what we're actually trying to find. So I'm going to be utilizing some searches on concussions, because that's what we're going to be looking into moving forward. So thinking nice and broad. So using one Boolean operator, we'll do a couple of different searches just to see what things look like, right? So first one we'll do, and I'm just going to kind of cut to the chase here, do concussion, and then the operator will be and we'll go with exercise. We'll do that one first. So we'll go ahead and do a little search. This gives me 1,600 results, a lot of stuff, right? Which if I want a really general, a really broad one, who knows, maybe that's useful. But if I want to start to try to narrow it down a little bit, or if I want to start to try to make my searches more specific about what I may or may not want, I can start to add various truncations or different Boolean operators. So rather than just concussion, thinking maybe it's concussed, for example, we could truncate that. And then also thinking about how there are different types of phrases, synonyms for concussion, for example. We could use the Boolean operator or, so concuss, asterisk, or TBI, or mild TBI, or traumatic brain injury, etc. Right? And then thinking about how if we want to narrow it down, we're most interested in individuals in the military, seeing if there's anything on that front. So then concussions and military, because I want them to kind of utilize that component, right? Okay, there we go. So then thinking, looking into an intervention, for example, right? So let's look at a couple of different types of interventions. So let's look at exercise. I guess maybe we could try truncating it, exercise or exercising, see what shows up. And then if we want to look at maybe manual therapy, manual therapy, we're going to truncate that again to get therapies, for example. Let's see, let's throw in dry needling there. Well, let's throw in, dry needling. All right, so we're looking at a lot of different types of things, but in the end, that gave us 100 results versus, I think, the previous one was 1,600, right? So looking at some of our results, we see more specific to the military. All right, military TBI, what civilian primary care provider should know. So that's where the adding in the different Boolean operators, for example, that or, we see traumatic brain injury or TBI popping up versus just concussion. All right, so that's one way that we start to narrow it down a little bit. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and save that just to make my job easier here. We could play around with this a little bit. If I want to start thinking about a comparison, take a look at comparing it with maybe like bed rest or standard care. Could try kind of specifying that exact phrase. We could even start adding in the kind of the outcome piece, return to duty. We're really starting, the more that we kind of add in on the and front, the more that we're going to be narrowing it down and seeing if there's anything specific. All right, so in that case I was too specific, so let's see what we could maybe change here. Try to find something. Well, let's take out bed rest, see what happens. Still too specific. I'm really interested in the return to duty piece. So let's see if... All right, so looking at the return to duty component, then we busted it down to 9, right? So definitely starting to take able to start narrowing it down to military concussions or TBI, and then we look at various interventions that are common with physical therapy, exercise, manual therapy, dry needling, and then in this case interested in being looking at the return to duty piece. So by kind of adding or subtracting or manipulating the order with those various Boolean operators, or the adding truncations to certain phrases or words, we can definitely start to tailor in what type of results we're really looking for in our searches. All right. If you have any questions, let me know.